It is Medical Monday and today's Now on 3, and joining us yet again is Dr. Kathy Slusher from Harrisonburg OBGYN. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, today we're talking preterm labor symptoms.
Preterm labor. So that's a topic that's really important to folks that are out there pregnant because, and especially in the summer, and we'll talk about why in a second. But preterm labor symptoms typically are rhythmic contractions or tightening of the entire stomach that happen on, as I said, rhythmic, like every 5 minutes, every 3 minutes. 6 per hour is considered something to be concerned about. Watch it the next hour, do something about it. But also you feel pressure, a bigger pressure in the pelvis or in the upper thighs. It can also be accompanied by an unusual discharge that hadn't been present. So those are symptoms that need to get your attention and look at this. Less than 36 weeks gestation, we want to be concerned and contact a provider or go get a visit and see what's going on. In that severely preterm age group from like 24 weeks to 30 weeks, we really want to take heed because that's some place that we want to stave off any labor or any delivery in that age group. So those are the basic symptoms. But is that always preterm labor? And the answer is obviously no. One of the biggest mimickers is dehydration. And in this type of weather, it is so easy. With humidity and high temperatures, it's so easy to get dehydrated. A pregnant woman needs much more water than she feels thirsty for. So that needs to stay up. So if you start to feel this, number one thing is to chug down 2 glasses of water and rest. Let that get into the system and see if all that abates. If it doesn't, then we probably have something to be concerned about. Another problem is constipation. You know, if that builds up, you know, that can also give that sense of pressure and problems. And stool softeners are definitely a good thing to use. We don't want to get constipated when we are pregnant. So that's a big deal. Sometimes intercourse has chemicals in the semen that can cause that type of a feeling. So if that's a recurrent theme when you're having personal relations, you may want to use a condom just to keep that off the cervix and just to avoid those kinds of feelings that may not actually be preterm labor. But if you're experiencing the symptoms and you don't know, call. You know, get a second opinion. Most likely, if we can't tell from the obvious, or if you drank the water and it didn't go away, we're going to tell you to come in and let us put you on the monitor and just kind of check things out. Because there are some tests we can do to determine if it's false symptoms or if it's the real deal. And one is a vaginal swab, and it has a high predictive value to let us know if you're at risk for delivery in the next 2 weeks. So there's something to do if you come in beyond just put on the monitor and see if there's contractions. We can look a little further. So that's basically it, but I did want to touch on another topic, and that's getting an appointment, because we're having a lot of influx of patients, which is a wonderful thing, and we are accepting new patients. So that is a myth that's out there. We are wide open accepting new patients. But if you're having trouble getting through the phone lines or making that and leaving a voicemail and feel like you may not be getting the answer, then go on our website, send us an email through the info at Harrisonburg OBGYN. Go on that website and send it as well as a voicemail. We will get back to you. Sometimes the emails get through a little quicker than the voice messages. So I don't want anybody to feel left out. And I want you to know how to get in contact with us because we're happy to see you and take care of you.
All right, lots of good stuff here as always. Harrisonburg OBGYN, always available to talk. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks again.